Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification bell and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now, guys, we have the daily fail. As my fans would say, my subscribers, my supporters, you guys love to call them the daily fail, okay? I have you guys to blame for this little joke, but you guys know who I'm talking about, the Daily Mail, of course. They're saying that Beyonce used NFL performance to distract herself from Jay-Z's Howard lawsuit. We're gonna dive into all the details included in this report. We're not gonna leave a crumb, a nibble, a shivel, a snivel. Nothing is gonna be unturned in this article. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your sorrel. If you're Jamaican or Caribbean and you're into the Christmas festivity, grab your sorrel, okay? And remember, sorrel is sorrel and hibiscus is hibiscus, okay? There's a difference between the two. Yes, it irritates me so much when I see people on the internet calling sorrel hibiscus. Not just that, we have a lot of people selling it as such as well, and it's not true. They're two different plants, two different benefits, purpose, and they look different. I'm going to try to include images for you guys so, no one can trick you into selling you sorrel as hibiscus and vice versa. I had to say that. I had to. No, yes, we're here to talk about the lawsuit. You know that yesterday, Tony Busby, he scored a minor victory in court because the judge is saying to Jay-Z and Alex Spiro is that you've been filing motion to have the case dismissed. And you know that when you do so, it's not something that you request in 24 hours. You have to give it time. So there's a order in which he needs to proceed by. Okay. So basically he needs to follow the due legal process. He jumped the rope and said, okay, we want the case to be dismissed because timeline, location, and supporting evidence does not, tie my client to the scene. And Alex Spiro is correct. I see people in my comment section telling me that I need to research who Tony Busby is. Some people were so nasty about it. YouTube suppressed your comments, but I could still see it. No, the thing is, when you're new to someone's channel, you're going to miss quite a few discussions about the topic that they're talking about. So it's not as though I have no idea who Tony Busby is, but beneath his military background, beneath him winning lawsuit for a lot of people, there's one thing anyone who's paying attention can see, and that is Tony Busby is very much flaky, highly mischievous, and he's a liar, typical lawyer strategy, right? But Tony Busby thought that because he has been brutally attacking Diddy, he could have come with a typical lawsuit and he would have gotten the same result with Sean Diddy Combs, Jay-Z. The thing is, Jay-Z doesn't play about his image and reputation. Diddy is behind bars. So Diddy is focused on getting out. Jay-Z is not behind bars, so Jay-Z can put up a better fight than what Diddy is putting up. Also, I haven't seen one lawyer. No, as I was saying, also, I haven't seen one attorney from TikTok to YouTube to Instagram that says that the case doesn't make any sense. Every single lawyer who has delivered on this case has said the same thing. The case doesn't make any sense. Tony Busby is using the case to promote himself. No, while these were not their exact words, it's not verbatim. I am paraphrasing. And if you are being honest with yourselves, the case really doesn't make any sense. So with the judge saying that the case is going to move on and they have denied the motion for the accuser's identity to be revealed, it doesn't mean that this is a major victory. It doesn't mean that there's evidence that has been discovered against Jay-Z. The court is just responding to what Alex Spiro had requested, and they're educating Alex Spiro, which they shouldn't have to do because he knows better. They're saying you're being, rude, you're being disrespectful, you are jumping the gun, you are denying the due legal process, and you know better, no, we're not gonna submit your request. You have to go back and you have to do the proper filing. Also, just to let you know, we're not gonna reveal the accuser's identity at this point because based on the shit show, in other words, let me put that out there, that we've seen you carried out, maybe not you directly, but based on what we've seen happening with Tony Busby, we're not gonna allow the accuser's identity to be revealed as yet. As yet. But you guys know, if you understand how these cases are handled, you know that more than likely her name, her identity is going to be revealed to both counsel if the case should persist, because it's going to help them with their discovery. But it's just that at this point, so early on, they're saying, no, you guys have basically humiliated Tony Busby and you're going to do the same to this woman. So no. But you guys know how these cases work, right? So for this accuser to continue on in the case with her identity being concealed, she will have to get a medical evaluation. And based on the fact that she's using Tony Busby, it's given the sense that she lacks resource. And based on the fact that Tony Busby is really dragging his foot with this case, if you guys are observing, because none of the evidence that he says he has is being submitted. The polygraph isn't being submitted. He's dragging his foot because this is how he drags his foot whenever his clients appear to not have the money to, afford certain things legally. So, I mean, when you're coming to someone's channel, you're new, you have to go back and watch a few videos about what they have discussed in order for you to give them advice. Like we're 20 videos past who Tony Busby is at this point, about 20 videos past his military background, about 20 videos past us discussing how he, retaliated to jayz's statement. So let's get it together. Let's get into this report, shall we? Because I mean, too many false narrative floating around these streets. And this is why I try to do my best all the time to get information put together before delivering. I can say things to make you guys feel warm and fuzzy. I can lead you down that wrong path like the piper and the mouse or the mice, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give it to you as it is. I'm going to tell you as it is. I'm going to look at the experts, what they're saying, and I'm going to tell you who I'm listening to so you can listen to them for yourselves. And I told you from the get-go that our TikTok attorney, Lauren, is saying this case it is just too flaky. Candace Owens, again, who has a very good eye for these cases, they're saying the same thing. We have a very good podcast crew on YouTube that breaks down these cases. They're experts in the field, prosecutors and all. They break it down already and they tell you what the outcome is going to be. So I can't see why all attorneys beside Tony Busby would be telling the internet the case is not going to go anywhere. And y'all think that I'm making this thing up here. People saying you think the case is going to be thrown out. Yes, the case, nothing is going to come of it. Absolutely nothing. Timeline, location, nothing is matching based on what Tony Busby put forward. I'm not saying this out of nowhere. I'm saying this out of the details that Tony Busby himself brought forward. Okay, let's get it together. No, and I must say thanks in advance. No, as I said, we were here to talk about the Daily Mail saying that Beyonce used the NFL performance on Wednesday, as a distraction. Now, I believe what they're saying is half true because remember that this NFL performance, it was slated to take place before the allegations were levied against Jay-Z. So it can't be that she used it as a distraction when it was already scheduled, but it's half true that this definitely helps as a distraction from the toxic report on Jay-Z's name. Now, let's get into it. They're saying Beyonce used her show stopping NFL performance on Wednesday as a welcome distraction from the mess her husband Jay-Z's Howard lawsuit has caused for her family, a source has revealed. The insider told DailyMail.com the 43-year-old was able to use the high-profile performance to take her mind off her personal life and to remind people that she's still the best performer in music today. One major and wonderful turnout from her performance was that it gave her some time to not worry about anything that Jay is going through with his lawsuit, the source explained. Now, they further state she was so consumed with her performance, so concerned with Blue Ivy, and so consumed with the details of the performance that it took away any thought of the mess that they will be dealing with as a family over the next few months, they continued. The source added that the Cowboy Carter hitmaker was able to release lots of stress on stage during the halftime show. She's a professional and she and her crew knew that she was going to kill it. But those nervous jitters are what makes her tick, makes her still want to do it. They said she wanted to convince the world that she is the best performer on earth. She thinks that she proved it tenfold. DailyMail.com has reached out to Beyonce and jayz for comments. As per usual, they reach out for comments, but they're not getting a response. No, do I believe that this report is coming from an insider, as the Daily Mail is saying? No, I believe it's just common sense. Based on how everything is worded, I believe it's coming from themselves, the editor, and it's all just common sense. It's common sense. There's no little bit of information in there that you can say that, it's coming from an insider. You and I could sit down and put one and two together and say, if you were in that situation, what would this do for you? It would release some of the, I want to focus on this. I have to get it perfect. Let's leave that for now, because we know that that's not making any sense, but they are concerned about image and reputation, of course, but they're going to say, let's leave that on the back burner for now. Let's focus on this because this is most important. This is how we, help to take the power back, shift the energy and the focus, as well as the toxic report. So it's pretty much boils down to common sense. This is not coming from an insider, but it's just typical the Daily Mail. Now, they have some more information. We're going to dive into it. They're saying the Netflix halftime show at the NRG Stadium during the Houston, Texas versus Baltimore Ravens game marked the star's first performance since accusations against her husband came to light. jayz, 55, has been accused of outwarding a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs, 55, at a VMAs after party in 2000. Both men have denied the allegations. He was notably MIA from Beyonce's halftime performance on Wednesday night, which also featured their eldest child, Blue Ivy Carter, 12. jayz likely secured the televised slot for Beyonce 43 as he serves as the executive producer of entertainment events for NFL, including famed show. Wearing all white with a blonde mane, Beyonce toured up the stage, executing a 15-minute selection of songs from her latest album, Cowboy Carter. It comes after jayz became the first celebrity to be named alongside Diddy earlier this month. In one of the myriad of lawsuits filed against Combs, the anonymous victim in the suit previously referred to the rapper, whose real name is Sean Corey Carter, as Celebrity A in the bombshell filing, which also implicated a still unnamed female star known as Celebrity B. Her lawyer, Tony Busby, who is representing more than 100 alleged Diddy victims, as now also named jayz as Celebrity, who allegedly filed frivolous case on the pseudonym against the accuser legal team. So they're talking about when jayz filed the lawsuit against Tony Busby using a pseudonym because he didn't want the public to grab wind of what he was doing. He didn't want that attention or focus in such a negative, unpleasant manner. And that's typical, PR one-on-one, typical PR 101. Now, guys, the report further states that jayz issued a blistering response to DailyMail.com, accusing the victim of attempting to blackmail him while saying he feared that his 3 children with Beyonce would have to endure harassment in the wake of the allegations. Now, they're also saying the rapper said he is especially worried about Blue Ivy. He said he is afraid she will face questions from her friends about the lawsuit. The couple also share twins, Rumi and Sir. 7. My only outbreak is for my family, Jay-Z told dailymail.com. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. Now, that's the end of that report right there. I do understand what Jay-Z is saying, but they have also done frivolous things to other people, and they never took those people's, kids in consideration. So I think that he's also getting a taste of his own medicine, while you can clearly see, if you're paying attention, that the allegations are not, true. They're not true. And I'm not saying they're not true because I don't want to believe it's true. The information that was brought forward in the lawsuit, timeline, date, event, it doesn't connect, doesn't collaborate. And as such, this is why it's a dead giver that something happened. We don't know what exactly happened, but the information that has been brought forward in the lawsuit is what making it to be inconsistent. And whenever there are such inconsistencies, you know that something is not factual. Also, Tony Busby, if he had done his work, he could have put forward a better lawsuit on the behalf of his client. And again, people have been telling me that I need to check out Tony Busby. I did. You guys are like 20 videos late, okay? Now, Beyonce using this NFL performance as a distraction, that is half true, not completely factual, because it was long planned ahead of this lawsuit. However, this NFL performance has definitely, change or counteract the negative energy in a sense. This is what they do. And I've shared this with you guys on so many different occasions. I've always said to you guys, whenever there's negativity about them, they counteract the energy. They come with major PR and they make their fan base pocket bleed. We are about to see the fan base pocket bleed with that tour they have coming up, and they're going to sell a lot of things before that tour. So keep your eyes peeled and look out for that. But that's all I have to share about that for this video. Let me know what are your thoughts. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.